Today na Monday, the 25th day of April 2022. 2 days more, Sierra Leone go be 61 years. Where we say we don't gain we independent. But we go come deal with that one later. What we want na table today? The president been get for go na the Goma Valley water dam. Wetin be care and goody? Because we be land say people them go light fire. People them go light fire near the dam. Na the forest reserve. Na they then go light fire. So the word be there all over social media. And the president self, na be Saturday, he be here for come out. Say let himself go watch ba. Let's see wetin happen yonder. True. Remember, Goma Valley, the dam, na in the supply water na Freetown. The dam. There was few misunderstanding between forest reserve guards them, the forest guards them, and Sierra Leone police. We at that time it be called backlash. For say forest guards them, na forest them for day. But that Sunday, na be Lokoti also down Wilkinson Road. Na they then be go say misunderstanding become with the forest guards them and the community. We then say then go for go coast them and whatever. People then be begin ask that and they say, yeah, who say forest guards them for day? We be see them more than pass out. A lot of them. But as you speak now, me I not say for you, but for me I not see them. And I was up and down at this area. And at that peninsula area, they inside, and they explore. So no can ask me what happy they do they. Me I not see them. I talk about the forest guards them. Love put forest guards aside. We main source of water. Well, we go say almost percent. We go mind they provide because everybody now get for the dig well. Or then go put water bowser. Even if they go put the tank them, we the bowser they can't supply. Still yet, them bowser then they now go and then go take water. I didn't go take water for can turn. So turn and come. We still and I can assure you. Before, I mean they use private companies then. They use private companies then for buy water for me tank. Because who me day water no did until una be there talk to the I don't know if you've been there anyway. But majority of una be there talk to the Western Area Rural District Chairman, Kasho Orlando Cole. What talk to Ranaya, we promise Waterloo, we go begin get water gist now. Because for me, Tripoli, I buy at the buy. 2021, I buy 1.3 million. For 10,000 liter. 1.3 million. That's what I buy. But when they come, the water not they look pure. These are the private companies. The water not they look pure. They don't supply done. We get for skits the water. Then after that water they done, we get for find people and for clean the tank before we can put new water. So 2022 where I go, I was like, you know what? I mean, they deal with Salwako. But Salwako, they say they get motocar problem now for Cam Waterloo. So then I begin deal with Guma. Well, 72 hours, now they for take for can supply. But trust me, they take 72 hours away. They pass. But at the end of the day, the only good thing is the water clean, pure. So what I begin do? I not buy private again. No, I not buy private. Guma, then they sell 6,000 liter for 600,000. Then you get for pay toll. So if you check everything, it come almost to the same thing to 1.3 million, but then you're not for 12,000, not to 10,000 liter. Because at 6,000 to trip. If I do the 10,000, the truck then the Bowser came big for can a board. So I prefer they do the 6,000 for can supply. They make an 2 trip. But what they try for point out here, the water can clean. Because what you know, now the direct from the dam, now and then they take for can supply. So the water clean. As opposed to some private company then, when I up the IMAT area, Regent, and they take water, and that water they, when you go first or go by, they ask you, now domestic on a building. Even though they tell and say na domestic, what they can't supply you. And the tea water they carry it. So, like me, now only Guma at the buy too. And I can't wait until the district chairman don't say Waterloo self get for the get water. So maybe myself go pump. I get pump, but I don't get pipe inside. It day, but it day far off. And when I want to do that, a lot of people advise me say, "Bra, this you do water car, then go they bust the pipe every day." So before bust pipe, you go spend millions for the go water. At the end of the day, the water not come. Then why not wait for make the district chairman say water they come? Okay. Then in just a side note. What to make a bring down they come inside? For say Guma gets good water. Even though me no opportune for get pump for open unless I buy, then can supply, but then get good water. Who side the water they come on? Then they treat the water at the dam. Okay. I don't know if you don't see video. I don't know if they're gonna allow us to exploit triple go day. Go fly a drone over and do one of the things that make we all see, talk to them, and talk to we how this water and maybe sometimes we able to suicide they come on. Jerome they ask me, no dig well, bra. I dig well, but me well, you get your own trick. Right, as soon as rain begin come, I get water confirm. I see the rain they go, the water they go to. We don't talk landing enough for another day. So you want for things say we supposed to get the highest security ever. Na the dam. Who side the water they come out? You want for believe so, not so? Trust me, if you talk to Guma now, then go tell you say they get security. Then go tell you say they get security. But wait till. Let's put this administration one side first, bar. Let's put them one side. Even the previous administration, you know, we see that picture they pass with that big host near that way that one day. A lot of people say that the Greenbelt area, the host there, they all get in host, the one that will be the support the administration. By then they talk say, not today, they want them where they now be the share say, hey, na they. Now, that's time for us. If they koya, they pass up and down. They don't make a and get a portfolio. Both side house they be there. At the reserve now, na the Greenbelt now, na near the. Just come and say why they go buy the water for say for human consumption. I was say domestic, but I didn't ask you say domestic or building construction. But look, Oya, I dey tell you again, Guma go tell you say, the dam is very safe. If the dam safe, why the dam in surrounding. Why in surrounding? Take people and they go burn bush all. And we all sabi the trick, unless if you not sabi. But some of we sabi the trick. Say we see them kind of light fire na. No say somebody not ready for sale. That's what they do. We see the light fires on side, watch and no more. Person not ready for sale. Then they test low, then kind of light fire first the left. Nothing no commodity, then go brush. Before they marry, somebody don't buy. But for Christ's sake, we saloon people and we. But again, when you look at it, you go say, now the weak system, now the country, now make people and get mind for go outside and say na reserve. That one day, now all the help for make the water, Then one the way sabi science, then sabi the erosion, the technology, the way then they use for explain to we. Now then they use for explain to we. Because from the previous administration, even before that, when you look the host them where they under, not to pick host them all. And now people that were connected to the power grid, now they kididi. I know say a lot of people can say, now the community, now then they sell. No, certain side and they yes, I agree with you say now the community they sell. But certain side and they, if you are not connected to the power grid, trust me, no go pull aid. And that green belt, that particular Guma area there, if you not connect to the power grid, you know they pull aid. Because as you put somebody, then they come mark X. Ask people where get places then yanda. As you put somebody, then they can mark X force. The when they mark the X, then I begin get the tussle now. So tell them go broker, you will connect, you go pass so get for pass, you can come back. Then can they mark X, you go back, you wait till sefer. Some of we get to somebody then and then surrounding them day. So we know how it happen. We know how it happen, I could explain. But I want for make we see and like say, this is a national security issue. This particular one. If we can't keep outside we water source, that's surrounding this self. I got herself not for past day. I got herself not for past now that was surrounding the outside water they come on. If we get the proper security. But no, Sierra Leone. All man for himself. The president for all. So this time around, person go, a light fire. It's low. When the president pay a visit to go come, the president talk to the community. How can play him? Now you're waiting the president. When the president don't go there, don't wait, don't talk done, then I tell see the law enforcement then can say they can arrest people there. Hey, Papa God. So, will they do for the president? Or will they do for the country? For the nation? Who that will they try for please? Now, the president will they try for please? Or will they try for please? We heart for no say we're doing the right thing for the country. Which one? Because if now after the president don't go, now the tenant say they can launch investigation for see who that go born, who that not born, who that this, waiting on this. Now they say 2 people there, they don't arrest 2 people there. So if the president not be good. But this is a national security issue. And we all get part for play. Authorities, we the citizens themselves. If you where they go born yonder, where they go sell yonder, no say, na dey you water dey comot. But again, Sierra Leoneans don't care. No. We have a video, also we don't see, people them load na trolla. They do the wrong thing. With Chinese people them. I have the video. When they are confronted, they say, but on a left free. Who say they do we own? They sell this country by parts. Who they do we own? Now on our fish will go catch. Even though they are doing the wrong thing. So it not go even pass for say this particular one, somebody did not see and say, but una self una left una no say na the damn day, na the water they come and say, but una let go we. Me I get water self. I don't even get pump self na use. Then go give that free talk ni. But at the end we go come say, oh na the authority, oh na the we all get part for play. Now make you king they go and Allah they make vuvuzela thinking to say you political party able make Sierra Leone straight. Kusheo. Unless we all come together, and say, Salon, you, 61 years, we should all so. It is better by force. Not to that they tell say, Papa Salon go better, they see say, na then no more the better, don't need the better, not to that they talk. Oh, say, you the better, you the straight. From the head to the tail, even the waistbone. Even the toenail. All man go no say yeah. Would they better by force. Your skin go glow. Your nails then go correct. You ain't no go come out. They could have then lock on the prime. Okay, the president come on though. After I come out, we see law enforcement say, then they do investigation and they arrest 2 people. Then the president go back home. What's next? What's next? So the president don't turn back. What's next? So people and they work for police president. Alright. Do ya fumble them? The president go na the community. Let we listen. Waiting the conversation where the president get with them. But like I said, this not to the community no more. Some of these places, now people them way connected to power. Now there. If we are talking about green belt, for going to the green belt area, we get forest reserve, for going to forest reserve area, but then they cut the every day they power saw, they things them way not supposed to go on at that area day. Because sometimes the security they will for go where they power saw for go inside the bush, they don't choke them their own. So then pretend like say they know yeri. Corruption in every fabric of Sierra Leone. And with the ambog with future generation. We not say the salon no again now people are left for we. They will not get 24-hour light, not get good road, not get nothing. But what do they do now? Hey, who they pa cut stick? What's left for who not don't do? Who side and stop? Now they continue. What till we don't reverse? We own generation. What have we reversed? Before that, na vuvuzela. We people them na how for do. We na world best. Na the best. Na yo. I don't know swan better self for just you don't do nothing say how for do. Or you see wrong things going on, but you still calling names na the best, world best. Talk and do. Who's one way bad? Alright. Let me listen to the president as he address the people. I'll tell us, now the responsibility of the past and the present government for protect that area there and other areas them. And this the utmost important area them to win national security in the country. President Bill to the community people. Now in this.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Chief Minister, other authorities that we in for me, this is not surprising.
Okay. The president don't tell all madu. The first thing he say for him, he say he not surprised. Okay. Were you surprised? Because the president don't tell you say for this, when go see people in born place, now the reserve, into that, he not surprising first. Okay, Mr. President, you're not surprised. All right.
But very annoying.
He say he not surprised, but he vex. He vex.
And concerning.
And they show concern back about this particular issue.
And I hope so we hear the same tone now today, not to the larger nation, not just when we gathered here.
What if President Bio they can't talk? Not for the people that we gather no more na the Guma community and that mile 13 community, not to you. But for we all Sierra Leone and them across. Now all man you only pay attention to what they can't talk.
We all owe it to this nation for obeying the laws the way the country they make.
That is true. For obey the laws them where the country they make. We owe them to the nation. We owe them to the country. For if you be Sierra Leonean, and a law abiding one too. For if you say you like salon, you for be a law abiding citizen. Because that's the only way salon go before they make law. You for abide by them laws then they, because now them laws then they, now in salon governed by.
This facility, Guma, we get the management for, but not for we all. And the green belts, when an established line where nobody not supposed to build beyond, now for protect this facility and make sure say the quantum of water and the quality of water necessary for make it store and better supply the whole city, they're able to catch them every year and able to maintain that supply.
President Bio, they talk about the green belt now. The importance of the green belt. Now they explain to the people and so now, and we all say that green belt they now go able to make a Guma, able to forget when the rain they come, then go catch enough water, we go supply. Until we know the right season I can turn safe in the country.
So it is very frustrating. We in a salon, very quick, we say the government, the this, the that. But who is the government?
Yes. That is true. That is true. President Bio, they ask we. Quick who say the government. It asks we now, who done at the government? Answer no. That's go. Now, this irrelevant to what they talk. Sometimes we don't know the power we will get. So they ask you now, oh, quick wala say the government. They ask, who done at the government? Answer.
If we destroy real source of living, then we don't become self-destructive. This is what we are doing. Because we don't reach a point where people that take breaking the law as almost a preoccupation. They enjoy it. Mr. IG, the CDS, and all other law enforcement within here today.
So now, they call the names them. The IG, the defense, and all other law enforcement the way they did. Judge come and say, but wait till people, the administration says again for lead by example. That is true. So now they beckon. Maybe no one tell them say una fumble ya. But they call them, bring them to attention. Yeah?
The green belt must be enforced to the last letter of the law.
The green belt must be enforced to the last letter of the law. If the law say, do not build na yaso. Do not build na yaso. That green belt day, if for be enforced na yaso. You know for build day. No brush, nobody na ask you. And so they want her. No set fire day, nobody ask you. Go clean your area. If you want to do good. But now, the president called the security sector them. And he don't tell them, say, that green belt, then for enforcer. You know, say that green belt, they don't need pusher. Sir President, they don't push answer. I don't know if you know. Usai be there 15, 20 years ago. Not today they again, no. They don't pusher. Because of any administration will come, then people then go fair land day. Now so then they push and say they don't small and for Guma. But some of them Guma man, they don't want to talk. They don't want to talk, sir. But the green belt Sunday outside be there again. If na lie, una go watch am. Una go watch am if na lie. You know the outside be there again. Because each administration where they come, then people there, then they push her. Then they push her. Then they push her. So if we for enforce to the latter, Hey bro. Let's go back outside for the originally. All else they don't kind side them for whip all. Tripoli, akpale, ya lo de go ya. Yeride. They clap. Yeride they clap. Salon, oui, for clap, left and give we. Because the president say the green belt and for enforcer, they only clap. But nobody not tell the president, tell and say, they don't push and come before. If it be there be an up side, I push them pusher. Anyway, low clap ya.
And the other authorities were involved, including Guma. Now for sure, who said the green belt,
hey, Guma. President Biosela on a show side the green belt day. Me. President Biosela ask me, sir, they go show you. Who side the green belt day? Because Guma, because some of them, the way they get the work, it is connected, to some power grid. Some man not man go point originally inside the green belt day. 30 days they push and come before. Let's go point outside day. Outside begin 20, 30 years ago. Outside that green belt be day. Let's go there. Hiya. Sisi Alpha says Tripoli, the same thing happened at Regent. The former Minister of Land, Dennis Sandy, pushed up the hill because he also be located at the green belt. We all know say the green belt and saloon. Each administration will in green belt they change. It change.
And the military and the police and all other authorities for make sure say if Mother Biokam, Mrs. Biokam for building, they better driver.
Then they clap back. I don't know if you find anything the president say. Now you hear back. Sometimes you know you're waiting the president talk. Where you call the name and you call the wife name. The president, why you that side the back, sir?
Including Guma. Now for sure who said the green bed, they and the military and the police and all other authorities for make sure say if Mother Biokam, Mrs. Biokam for building, they better driver.
You don't hear he? He say because na clap then clap. You know say for clap left and give. He said let them show side the green belt day. So if na in President Joseph or in beloved wife, Madam First Lady, now I can say for can build day. What's that outside the green belt day? You know for agree. Then what two people and do after the president talk so as usual. You read them.
And for the one that will enjoy for break the law, anybody where they don't be within that, and that is with the full knowledge of the law, definitely the law they take because.
Okay. Yeah, I put her. Wait, Mr. President, why are you that side back? How you put her? It talk about the knowledge, then are knowing and doing. So what if I not be noticing at the green belt that one day? Again, the law say ignorance of the law not to excuse. Well, you have the president put them, yeah?
Anybody where they don't build within that.
Anybody where they don't build within that green belt there.
And that is with the full knowledge of the law.
And with the full knowledge of the law.
Definitely, the law they take because.
Definitely the law go bet you.
And make sure say those buildings are not erected.
And make sure say them broke them. Even you say not erected. If you don't build, but I can't take me like go show outside this thing there. If you don't build now the green belt, President Bill say them for broker. Yeah. Let's see ba. Let's see. Now push them go push the green belt can before. Push then go push and can before. Because the one the way they build it, they are connected, bro.
And that we for now begin a new culture of obeying the law. The law now for we all convenience.
He said for begin new culture of obeying the law. New culture. So the old culture say you know the obey law. Okay. For count a new culture for obey law because we need a reward.
They're not build here for them. We know they protect this area for where they come to presidential mansion.
Yeah, I call her mansion. Not to poor man they build mansion and salon. He said they not keep here for make you can build your mansion. Trust me, the host the way they under. Okay, all right.
At the end of the day, the government only provide water. Who is the government? All of us.
Yeah. Now all of us now we are the government. Yeah, we the government, all of us. We can't to the wire. This is true. Now we are the government. But we know say the animal kingdom. All of us now we are the government, bro. So we need to do things right.
We have to play our part. Don't build here, but we enjoy building where the government says don't build. And of course, this requires a full investigation into the Ministry of Lands.
Full investigation into the Ministry of Lands. Some of who get paper in a land, state today they not agree signer. Now the president don't can add other one at the table back. We. Who still will paper go come on? Before that they tell we say, if you are politically connected, then go sign your own. Hey, God help us. Full investigation and the Ministry of Lands. Who da sell gidama ugo bonianda? Na testilo ibo and testilo again paper. Is it connected to the power grid or waiting? If he connected to the power grid, thing will not go here.
And all the one that will give the authority. We have to
The president said the one they will give authority. Una do the clap. Eh? Una. Okay.
The authority that we give when you append in signature, they should be held responsible.
Then they clap like say they sabi the person. Don't then get the own person where them facing and then go can't chook the. And so they clap like say then sabi the person will be put in signature. And then get the own person where they can replace the person. Yeah.
I think we don't reach a point now, Chief Minister, there has to be action.
We don't reach a point, Mr. Chief Minister, who for take action. Okay. So, anyway, let me see this action. I want to talk something about the keeper and Swellara. But the president don't turn to the chief minister and say, Mr. Chief Minister, but we don't reach a point and let's take action. No. Who's kind of action? You go on for ask. Eh?
Not to any more of them kind of meeting. I decide for come. I don't see plenty videos. I came by sea and I could see the fire and smoke coming from the east.
Yeah. The president said by the sea na income. And he can see fire. He see all thing. So they need for take action. This time. Okay.
The only source of water for this old city. When light go off for 1 minute, we shout. When water no day, we shout. But we don't undermine the source of the water.
That is true. When lights go off for 1 minute, Mr. President, no 1 minute lights can go for. You said that water losa. 24 hours. 1 day in, 1 day out. And the day in separate, they get not to 24 hours. Maybe now for like 7 hours. So now they say 1 minute. Not 1 minute, sir. I don't know if that they tell you. Eh? I don't know if that they tell you. Okay. But now let for clap now. Una safe. Let the president let talk.
Of course, the Guma Valley can look very helpless in a situation like this.
Okay. Now the president they talk for Guma Valley. He said in a situation like this, Guma, it's like say they're not able fit. They look helpless. They not get strength. Why make you say so?
Because there is an established line there where we know say in case you have flow, and this is out of experience, dams that you overflow, dams that you get problems, they decide for go down. Even when they don't tell people, they say, don't build here, and they know it's dangerous.
Okay. So the president say, let's say Guma can get problem. The dam overflow. So that green belt area, now the safe zone for the dam. So if you don't go build it, well,
they will get the whole town this way now. Anything happen there, those people are all going to be just taken into the sea.
You know again, anything will happen, way overflow. And that. Now the sea, then they get giggle.
Another disaster waiting to happen. We cannot run a state like this. We cannot live in a state like this and also say we want for development.
We cannot live in a state like this that we claim say we want for develop. That is true. That is so true. I want for live in a state where anybody can grab and then say, yeah, na the safe zone for with drinking water. You go do something there. There is still they say, oh, water. All right.
Every effort, with every law where they make, now for very good reason. If they draw a line, they say not being here. Now for very good reason, we want everybody to have a house in this country.
Yeah. Mr. President, look me up, look me up. Mr. President say they want everybody forget a house na the country. Locust housing or the one they build for we Which one? If I give them, they give, look me up. Oh. Me and the up, sir. Myself, I want house. A house I want, we're gonna pambody again. Eh? Okay.
But we don't want everybody to have a house where they want it.
We want all man forget us, but we don't want all man forget us. Who say you want put you us? Eh? That is true.
There has to be laws, and those laws are there. And then, so some people with the connivance of certain government officials.
Yeah, I feel her. Now, the president, the first way he say no surprise. Now, what he talk now? He says some people they connive with certain government officials. So, president, you know that? We get for see cabinet shuffle. Certain government officials. How connected are these government officials, sir? Eh? Okay. I mean, the president say no surprise. Now he don't tell you inside here say. Then they connive with certain government officials them. Alright.
They actually get people.
He said then they actually get people. Only left for Klaba. Now, me would go lunges now. Man left the president let talk. He said then they actually get paper. Then that's how we turn to the chief minister. What he tell and say? He said action needed for be taken now. So sometimes they submit the people and the president be don't want there. Say when I left. But then say election they come then get for car for money just now. We election they can now can give the highest money. Let it shake no more. Me he pull me. He go see if he go get money. Alright. The president listen. I can't say na triple say now waiting the president say. Now they try for make you understand and well. Yeah? Let go. No, that people I mean they will call on just now wait. Now wait no more.
You cannot just come and say, don't build anymore. There are people who gave those authorities.
There are people who gave those authorities. Yeah? So tell the president, I they say they make Kodayai. You know you? La.
And they should also account for that.
Then for account for that, then people will give the authority. The president sabi there. They don't go catch you. Hey you, if not you, like, alright.
So there has to be a full investigation with the police. Not just for this one the way they This now the same thing again we see. I don't know why we don't learn from our lessons.
Mr. President, you say now the same thing again at the sea. But you don't know what to make or not the land. Because serious action is not being taken. That's why. Now the sea, we know what's in they go on there. The trawlers, they know they give the local, the outside trawler not for fish, now then they go fish. And nothing is being done. Because they don't chook an to the one them way supposed for OPI. So whose lesson we go learn, sir? Eh? Whose lesson? We know the learn lesson because the learn the bet. Solomon they afraid. Now me they say when them pass something in 1 week. Now because the learn the bet, sir. Now you make the you say we need learn lesson. Whose lesson they don't teach we for little learn? Which one? When then truly don't teach we say let we learn from this. None. Before that I rehearse no more the rehearse. Now it makes sir.
We lose hundreds of compatriots a few years ago, 2014. Now, Motome, this is because they say, sat inside they will not find for beer. If you undermine the environment will not protect you.
If you undermine the environment no go protect you. Until we know what be happening at Motome, now they talk about. If you undermine the environment, trust me, it no go protect you. Hey, I must come one person so if you not left for that clap day.
In fact, it will actually show you annoyance because we live in a very fragile ecosystem. Then trees the way they team up, so now God put them there, not so we plant them.
The tickle way team up, now God puts them on, not so we plant them. And also we team up so now like big skits. So if you not take them, it will go under you. Eh? Okay.
But then they serve a great purpose. Now then they make so that one they gather now. If we say we they cut the trees then, we go see what will happen to it. Where do we get our water? From me standing here to all of them, from where do we clean? When I don't use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gallons of water.
It's a president, sir. From you to the one that we sit down, don't use 2, 3, 4, 5 gallon water. Well, for you, we'll give you a pass. But trust me, the one that we sit down there, but could they want to wash it, sir? Boku and water, even though na that neighborhood day, na Sussex. Then they dig well. Sussex not far from mile 13, but then they dig well now. Now the surrounding, na Sussex day. We're not even far from Gumayanda. I don't know if Nami wano. But you don't notice lately? Say, we brothers and sisters them. Hygienically, they're not correct. Eh? Not so. I believe so if you understand what I mean. In Sierra Leone right now, I don't know if na water, na the problem. Maybe some man know the worst. But hygienically, any gathering where you go, you must meet representative then they will go make you. If you've been to Sierra Leone lately, you know what I'm talking about. And it's sad. But go camp that one day later.
Drinking, washing, and doing a lot of things. So it is an existential business. We cannot allow this to go on. And so instead of listening to stories and reports and video clips coming from here, I decided for camp to see for myself.
Yeah? It's a president. You know, say yourself, they watch social media. Eh? We don't reach you, sir. I don't know if we don't reach you. And they practice a left. Let's speak man. But that's true. We know say you they listen to social media. You know say you don't tell we now. Say instead of watch them video there. The pack you watch video. You can watch we sir. Yeah, we want to go they say hi. Eh? Oh Pambado. We just want to say we message them how they reach you. Because na social media na they be the share. Or you get certain people who they send to you before you look at. Eh? Nah, for follow we sir. So when it all go live, you go know it too. You go know it too they discuss sir. It's excellent sir. Who then who just want follow you know say we that bridge from the Aspera to Salon. Don't be London. Just so you know that. But they continue for listening to you. Now we say instead of you watch the video them or listen to it and they talk, you can at the place. Eh? You not say they watch video them. The major problem where the country they face, now the officials where them put in charge, now them position, yeah, for work for the people, they do nothing for improve the lives of the people. And the saddest thing for all, the people still they fight one another, they cost themselves for them people here. I tell you, Lord continue, Mr. President.
So that nobody no go disappoint me or deceive me.
Yeah. He say, he say in kind for himself so that nobody no go disappoint him or deceive him. Have you been deceived, sir? Mr. President, you talk. I can't today for can watch for myself. I don't listen to the audio them. I don't watch the video them. So that nobody no go disappoint me or go deceive me. So now I make me self calm. So now I make myself they invite you on this platform, Mr. President. Then no be say then go tell you say na so triple say. No, you self you can't listen. Listen so that at the end of the day we all go understand we self. I mean most of the time now I know to me they talk. Me na interpret me can interpret. I can just dig deep no more. Because sometimes they name me a diver. And they dive down for go pull the meaning of waiting. You see like how they explain what you say. I believe yourself go agree with me say. And they try for break and down so that everybody go understand. Because I don't know what they go tell you about me. But how they go? The president they address the people them. All man they try for making points no. The president they talk you on, me say they talk beyond. I they add me own by own. Alright. Wait on me then clap for the president. Who that left? Who that left then here? Okay.
We they re-establish the green line.
We they re-establish. Mr. President, please. Let they outside and they re-establish. Let's show side the green belts be there. Because of course they go. Let's show now side be there. But anyway, they re-establish the green belts, the green line. Who side against that?
Green belt, and it has to be respected.
And therefore respect them. Therefore respect them. Okay.
The IG, the military, and all other.
The IG, the military, in a call forest guard themselves. But they would have it a pinpoint par police and soldier. IG and military don't say all other. Where are the forest guard? Serious. We need for fair not but the forest guard there. But anyway, then they inside the other one way the president they say and all other
law enforcement agencies for make sure that nobody goes to this. And we go for also extend this, not just here now. If you go beyond this, go around the peninsula, we gradually lose the forest cover where Mr. we don't talk about. Benge. When you go around this side, the hill will they undermine them.
Will they undermine the hill? And we go ready for fete back. Well, the nation go coincide to the government.
When see the bed with the get rain here, will they undermine them? And not to any other person. Now we say both law enforcement, the lawmakers, we are the citizens.
Yeah. Law enforcement, lawmakers, and the citizen. The president no say kuku jumuku de play, moko fait de pass. You know. So now make it they call the all. And we all get part for play. This thing not happen for long, that's good. But it need for stop. Me
not going to be a part of this.
The president know what panu. The game guy agba. President no weapon. You know they be part to that. So if you will connect to the power grid, you know say you handed it. Well, you get case for answer. Because the president, Bobo Jamali, and the president until we say, to patoran the game, and I get by the way pian fail. Okay.
And we just take a very strict line of action henceforth.
Henceforth, we dey take a very strict line of action going forward, henceforth, from now on. We be don left una. We be dey make like say we dey see una. Una sef be dey make like say now una dey run things. You want to chill with the big boys? You dey run kitty kata kata, you dey make bam bam. The president say he no mix again. He don't pian. So from today, going further, henceforth, from now on, you are on your own. Would I be advise you for go billion now? Okay.
And anybody who stand in the way of that, you should be ready to go.
Anybody, wait team up na the road. Paddy, ready for go. And so President BOC. Anybody who stand in the way of that should be ready to go. Are you the one standing? Or are you the one sitting? Or are you the one riding? They go. They go, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I see them people had a clap like say they know who that the president they talk about. Then Sabi, they were.
So I want to tap Naya because now this is what I come for. I don't want to see report. I don't want to listen to just and believe just photographs and video.
Yeah, President Bill. This way can go so you say no one believe video, photographs, nothing. Who's still gonna market? Because we don't talk for the market today. Who stay they go this, sir? Okay.
It's coming from here. I want for see for me say we are that self-destructive as a people. Then they tell me that, then they talk about because they not get gone, they not be able to say people, then they can't. No, not be Naya, no, we get.
Oh. President BOC, where the Guma people or they want them where then they tell them because they not get gone. Is somebody listening? But there if you sabi you fumble. Now that area yanda. Tell Ale commode ya. Tell Ale commode yo. President BOC say because they want to do now, they not get gone. Now I make what you see be the talk. It just they call Uda IG and the defense, the military. Because the police, IG, then get the OSD units, then they get gone. Military, then get gone. Alright. Because they want the way they now, they not get gone. Now I make una they make so. Henceforth, listen to all waiting the president say. Henceforth, going further, you go learn. He say, if you then at the road, you get for go. Because the one they not get gone, I gone with afraid. Gone, now go they protect the water now. Yeah? Okay.
Right, I don't get it. And then those who give them the papers, Mr. Chief Minister, we have to investigate those and they should be accountable for their actions.
The one that will give paper for make people and build like that green belt. It don't turn to the Chief Minister back. Mr. Chief Minister, we get for look for them people and they. From that Saturday day, one me uncle the work. One me uncle the work na lands. For my kind of house. Sweat just the cover and no more buy. We ready, so I can't come at me. I dey feel cold. When they come back, I say they feel hot. Let them wait till sefa. From where the president be they turn to the chief minister. Where they tell and say, we get for investigate and we need for take action. When me uncle can house, he just dey sweat and dry. 1 minute he say they feel cold. When they come back, he say don't feel hot. Eh? Let them open her. When they open her, he say, una can't come at me back, una can't come at me. Yeah. Uncle, I hope say signature no dey do. Let no be saying that this way you the president talk now make you dey sweat and dry. Okay. All right.
So I want to say thank you. I'm not a happy person to be here because really this is the sort of thing that we for they do. And by the way, when we talk about the environment, I didn't make they talk about here. But really, the environment today is people they don't understand the relationship between we and the environment.
Then let's teach them. People they not understand the relationship with we and the environment. People that will live in the areas there, very important areas. We need to teach them. We need to make them understand. Say the action. If not for bad, it will bring bad na the country. If not for good, it will mean good for we all.
When you undermine them, it deal with you. If you use them sustainably, where they use them. Just remember, say, me picking for can use the same thing. Me grand picking for can use the same thing. So use that in such a way that it is usable by your child and your grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And that's what they do. If you go all around this country, we tell people, don't break this. Don't fell the trees here. Make we do this.
Don't fell the trees here. Sir President. Deforestation. Timber logging. It's on the rampant. And we know that. And I know say yourself no, sir. We can't want the money and turn blind eyes. So then when they go and cut stick around the country. Eh? Okay.
They say now wait some people. Now wait young part of boy. But when the reality comes, it goes for the poorest person first. Unfortunately, when the reality actually they hit, that day, how many people die? These are all people who are supposed to be alive.
When the reality can knock, government saying they make money by una. Una endanger una life. Eh? A lot of people die. Let's take Monteme for an example. Beaucoup people en die. Donation can say beaucoup from previous administration. Eh? Then when they will be affected. 30 days, some man they complain. They don't collect money done. You gamble your life. You make risk for yourself. At the end of the day, when nature turn by you, government and the profit. If you don't know. Yeah?
So all around the country, environmental concerns, I will also encourage all the relevant authorities to actually get a meeting with all the headmen around the peninsula. Because this is not just for the ministry or this or that.
Okay. This happened Saturday. The president say, for let them get meeting with all the headmen them. Not too long ago, na status, all the headmen them, they go find the president. Where they tell them the importance of the work and all that. But this not become up. And the president where Kande, he say, he not surprised for this for happen. Okay. Think about Twitter at the talk show, yeah?
As we talk, you go now, you go meet people inside the bush. And I say most of this expansion are net and the drone. Yeah. When you go there now, something that they just set the fire. We just can't live like this. It is not acceptable. It is unacceptable.
It's not acceptable. Oh, when net sky go light fire, Santa can clear. When net sky go light fire before Imara, but they don't begin canton sun. They don't sell self, somebody don't get paper.
And we will take the necessary action for prevent the continuation of that type of thing here.
Mr. President, you don't talk for take action. Boku padis talk we talk so. Eh? I hope say action go be taken no. Because if you say you don't watch video, you don't do all of that, you can't. You don't tell we're going to take action. We for take action. Chief Minister, let us take action. Let us take action. No, if action not be taken. And then Abanya fake you. So we really want to see action be taken. Because he say who's lesson? We not learn lesson. We don't learn from this no.
So the environment is another issue what we need for actually look at them. All around the country. If we not do them, we will definitely feel the pinch of it. Maybe before we die, we begin and our death will suffer. So we have to be sensitive to the environment because the environment now in the protectory, if we say protect them, but once we treat them, that symbiotic relationship, waiting for feed we, then we self take care of them. In the break, and when he break, we will feel our most because now we are human beings there. So, Mr. Chief Minister, at the top now, this is not a happy scene for me. Now the fact say people they know say this day, they law it, and they prefer to break it. They love and enjoy breaking it because it is actually sabi or I get paper.
You sabi na me, who that they can talk so? I get paper, who that they talk so? The president sabi them bo.
And the one way they give the paper, they are the actual sources of all of these problems, and they should be dealt with. Thank you.
He said the one them where they give the paper. Now then are the actual corporates. And then for deal with them. Mr. President don't talk. He talked to the chief minister, Pastor Amostin. Say no say tradeo. But this particular one, the law is for bet people them. Are we ready? We ready? Or we just dey play like if I say we don't understand. All right. Now come to Smantoli. Make we hear waiting and you take on today on. Welcome on board Smantoli. You get the platform, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Triple A, and welcome to all listeners and viewers. We don't listen to you, Triple A. I think you do a very thorough analysis, Naya, as always. So first, I must commend you for that. Make them very simple for we, and I believe say a good number of the people that will listen back, and will say you do a fantastic job. I could just expand on some of the issues that you raise. For the one way say Mother Bio, he hardly come for can address issues them way again national importance. I think say when I go listen to this. When I go listen to this. I just wish, we only come before where issues that we get national importance for like with the come. As soon as they arise, he come, he address them. I wish he been only do that. But we all know say he hardly come for can address issues of importance. I make a good number of the people and believe say, then they criticize him for that. Because as a leader, some of the issues as soon as he arise, you get to come straight and address them. And I exactly do not so today. Then he talk about other things. He say take action. As you say, Triple A, repeatedly take action. You believe say this thing they go far? Members say election they come. It's very rare. We all know how politics they play. especially in the African country them, where a country they approach elections. You feel say them go take hard actions against the citizens them, where they expect to get them vote. Let's see how it goes. But I believe to a very large extent, sometimes it just they do for camouflage the public, for camouflage the international community say it take actions against the climate. I feel say that it try for sure now, yeah. But the action where it say it will take, I doubt it very much. To the time where their election they come, also you've been there when not been only take action before. This is not the question where Baku people and go like for ask. And again, after a long time, we don't see the president talk about the chief minister, Dr. J.J. Safar. You don't tell small, we know they reform him. Don't tell, I don't know about it now, but don't tell small, I know they reform him. I just want to ask him, who say the delivery clinic day? Even they talk about delivery clinic, remember where they just appoint him as chief minister? We all been criticized, and up to this time, we criticize the present government for the lack of delivery. So he come, he make the talk so interesting, say he will come, deliver, make sure, say, he form a delivery clinic, for ensure, say, the policy system, they implement them. But we all know how we stand right now. I don't take small no reform. I think I make refer to him because, say, for let them able deliver what they ask for, I think, say, the chief minister get for deeply involved. But whether the chief minister will able to carry on with this is another matter. But honestly speaking, listeners and viewers, the issue of deforestation will not take hands lightly. Very, very important. And they see the vexation panel, whether it mean it or not, but the issue of deforestation, Nati will not take seriously, will not take slightly. Especially around the Freetown Peninsula, where they know they regulate them for a very long time. They don't care. The Ministry of Lands and Housing not take the regulation of the Freetown Peninsula very seriously. They're still involved to a very large extent for the sell all the land around the Freetown Peninsula. We all know that. And we all know how important the entries that they were in the court, where in the bonds, so how important they are in terms of protecting me from global warming. The entries then they absorb CO2, we caused by human activities, such as then pollution business here, so it absorbs the CO2, we will help for protecting from global warming. So it's important for how we understand that. Not the bond, they treat them like how the bond and so. And clearly, you listen to His Excellency and yourself, AAA, the water reservoirs, them, and catchment areas, them. Very important. So, we record all entries here. It gets some serious environmental impact. And also, the president referred to the mudslide where it happened in 2017. I think he said 2014, but I think we all go agree with me that in 2017 we got a mudslide where a good number of the people then die because of the same problem we talk about. So, and about a few months ago, we see countries them all over the world where they meet in Glasgow, where they go convey a meeting for mitigate the impact of global warming, and then talk extensively on their issues of deforestation, issues of destroying the environment and all that thing, and they then talk about them. Maybe we go argue, say the president, being enticed by them by that meeting days. We know what's in the package. They mean say them promise them. If they do a very good job in terms of them saving the environment, I think say some of them West African countries, the West African countries, I think the G7 countries then promised them $100 billion. So they work towards protecting environment. Maybe I make it come out publicly because I'm now working council to address issues. Maybe one satisfy the international community. You want to satisfy the international world, say they take action against the environment in country. Maybe I make it come publicly because say social media they for show the world and other mainstream media and they then therefore televise all them speech away they make so then will take and serious say they take them very seriously. But as I say no more, I doubt very much whether what they talk so then we will implement them at this time where election just there around the corner. They no one they not go want upset the electorate then. So we therefore think about that. But I think say to a very large extent, we want to please the international community or show say he take the issue of climate change very seriously. He talk well now, yeah. He talk well now, yeah. Talk very well now, yeah. I wish if only come like talk or can address issues of national importance this way. But we all know, I think AAA you mentioned extensively, very thorough analysis. Yeah? Why don't hear the happen in our country? Yeah? One of the reasons where I think say you mentioned that as well, they not educate people and well in terms of the green belt areas. A lot of people where they go buy, not so the one way they connive, or the one way they go buy. Then they go buy, blind buy. Because they don't know what's in the green belt. They're not even, some people they don't even know. Even who want to come on a diaspora, we don't know what's in the gun, then they go sell you. You don't know what's in the green belt. I think say they need a lot of sensitization in terms of that green belt. It's not only about making demarcation inside the green belt day, but also it's about sensitizing public for ensure say, that then put the processes and systems in place so that they will able to enforce that green belt area. And sensitization from ensure say the processes and the systems that are in place, it act like a kind of prevention strategy, and which is the best. Prevention strategy, it prevent person for go build in the first place. If you don't begin build yourself, before you go far, then we don't notice say, if you put proper processes in place for monitor the situation, I believe say as somebody begin build, then for don't take notice of that as well. Then bring in a system recently where mapping, geo-mapping, where they demarcate and they show them at the system say this area, but how for enforce them now, I think say that one of the areas that we lacking. So one of the biggest problem now lack of education and sensitization. And secondly, also very important, and this is why it's important. And time without numbers, people therefore know say the building of Sierra Leone, it lies squarely on all of us, not just the government, not just one institution, but to all of us. What do I mean here? In terms of your patriotism, your compliance. Yeah? The government not enforce well. We self know they comply with the law. Yeah? The law, but we know they comply. People they grab land and sell them to people who are innocent people and connive with the authorities then for sell land. That's again a very serious problem in our country. So, respectfully, I believe say the downfall of that country, it lies squarely to be all. And the corrupt officials again, especially in that Ministry of Lands and Housing, when they connive without how to go grab the land. Not to say they don't know. They know what's in the go on. And let me say this. Let me say this. I've done involved in a lot of land business and salon. Then they connive. They tell then people and then section chiefs and all that people then go brush that area. When don't brush, then they donate, you get this, the surveyor, they get this, the minister, they get this, you get this, the secretary, this, that, then share. That's all they do. So now syndicate work. Anybody will tell you, say, most of them land activities and dubious land activities, now group, now teamwork, not to one person work. Now team where they all they connive, the lawyers, then they inside, where they fetch for, let them sign the paper, them, the surveyors, then you get the chief themselves know. Now teamwork, a syndicate, not to say nothing where new. People they know what's in the happen, not to say we don't know what's in the happen. No. Yeah? But AAA, you don't do a thorough analysis. But one thing we always make, and we continue to emphasize this, people them, as well as the institutions them, will therefore respect the law. And that is what is lacking in our country. And the other day I mentioned this. The locus of strong institution, it depends on the principle of the rule of law. And what's the principle of the rule of law? The law is supreme. Whether you're there above the law, I think the president is trying to talk about that. Although, most of the time, what they talk, now just talk. Yeah, nobody's above the law. It talks, if they say this is a green belt area, if you in Candy or in West Candy for Candy, then allow for go ahead. That's what the law says. But whether then they actually enforce this is another matter. And until we learn to respect the rule of law, we respect the principle of democracy, I think say the tendency for other country they go before is slim. It's slim. And you mentioned that very, very thoroughly, as well as the president himself. Yeah. And he make one statement where I want to look at them critically, and I think you thoroughly outlined that triple A. He talk about the establishment of the Greenbelt area. The Greenbelt area, area where we know say for a very long time, nothing where they don't establish, re-establish, establish, re-establish, establish, re-establish. Yeah. Well, we don't know because people most of the areas that we talk to, you get some fine buildings. People in the diaspora, a good number of we involved in those buildings. And, for some of we, they travel. You just the only money, send and go buy for you, then begin construct building. So for most of you, you don't know the reality at the ground. Yeah. Because we see pictures where you show we triple A. We will see some fine, massive building the way they don't build in the area that day. We see them, So for the re-establishment, and not say you don't talk much about that. The re-establishment, because it's saying it will ensure say they're not erect building at that place. Whether broke also get for Kaisai or not, we don't know. If somebody don't already erect to a very large extent, we don't say, some people they don't know. Let's be honest. Some people they don't know. People they need back where they know what will happen. They know where they sell and they connive. But for the one that we don't know, they don't buy, they don't sign them paper them, and some of them land here where they don't sign, even the minister where sign them or compatriot the way sign them paper. Some of them not even there again at the ministry. To be honest with you. Some of them not even there again at that ministry day. So what it will be the cause of action for them if they establish say this person in the Greenbelt area in document don't sign, you get in full document, you get in building permits. So what it will be the action of it. Some of them here is just about talk, triple A. It's talk. But whether this thing will take full effect is another matter. So I will stop here, like a chance to my fellow panelists. Thank you very much, Triple A, and thanks to everybody with the listening. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say thanks to Smantoli for your submission today. If you just join we dey talk about the visit where the president visits Goma Valley Dam. Now we dey talk about today. And the conversation where we get with the community today and the country at large. Welcome on board, friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform. And thanks to all the listeners and viewers. And thanks to Mr. Usman Toli for his contribution, what he don't do. Looking at this issue of so this encroachment would only cause problem in Freetown. The government get for look at the authorities a different approach and not say the reason they will all know. First of all, the factors they no say different. We get ministers and influential people or people of hierarchy or who did that elite or who connect to the grid as you can say, who then defend place for bill. You get the one then where they cut thick for make wood, for make firewood. Then get the one then where they encroach for do other dubious activities like mining, system at the place. So get all them things there, then they couple up. So you see a different sector of people. So now one of the sector of the people you don't go address. We will see the speech of the president, a good one. And the other sect of people, he address them, but some of them they, and some of them they who in the culprit will take part. And the one day we give them the green door. Now the closer one then with the up where you see mentioned in a place where they give them. So you see all the factors that they are laid on. So how then go able for tackle them? And the one day where they now would they do other things then for find them living day, would they know one come on at night activities. So all them were couple up for damage that environment day. So we try for see the government back what we don't do, they set up this interministerial committee. And inside this ministerial committee, they get 13 points where they make a resolution. But I believe say they be make them primarily for them go able for solve the challenges there. You know that was and they try for avoid loss and damage. So the loss, the environment, the flora, the plants, we natural, the nature of itself, and then the other part, then they get a loss of people and self likely if disaster happen, and then the economy back will get a loss despite the individual will only put something for profit for himself. So you see, say. Then things don't come up where then they say then they set up this committee, but we'll find out say this committee lack credibility for perform because then they try for say they not get powers of enforcement. Now the resources they not get on the manpower. But it's been a while now where this ministerial committee don't they go on. And we'll find out say some then say and then points they are wouldn't put. From what we learn from some of the activists them today, we see them on social media or some other areas, they say the degradation of the environment because of some things they wouldn't put, because like one of the one who the committee, then talk about how the steering committee for forest acts according to the population and the water. So they talk about the population, how it increase for the water will meet the demand. And being that area in a place where they put for them to solve, so they said that committee day. But the one they Boku because he called them the minister of the defense, the internal affairs, the police, and other people in this committee. But because the committee failed for work in terms of relationship, share ideas, and try bring out the challenges them at an early stage. And looking at the area where government don't send fund where na then guards and they and they say the fund don't go there. They see now the suggestion with them before don't bring up one of the challenges, they're not able to direct them because then they see they need about 200 and 150 manpower for man that place there. So these are the challenges that they don't get, and you see how they approach them. They don't approach them initially in a good plan, but how the plan they implement them can be the problem because the people that wouldn't get for engage back wouldn't get for nobody still then be this by the committee. So you see say the slowness of the implementation it not go because when you go implement the team the way you don't put now for the committee, you find out the layers go there. So now that side then get for try correct first because these are the things where they say they get for bring before the president. Some of them would sabotage thing in that committee there. But without them, we don't know. Without them give land, we don't know. Without they sabotage this, we don't know. But we they try for speculate as we don't see now few information on guys. Well, if there are a group of people and people in the committee, one pan they don't talk, see some of them they will not be they comply with anything there. And then I don't see the president back down give the talk, say there are people when they do anything there, where they know and when they know now related to their authority, when they get when the government so now. So you see, say there is something when a saboteur and delays the day, but all they come, you see now what a fact would they back now is that personal greed they for possess certain areas where they don't go put. So for Leonard and go stop the one they win at the ongoing one where they cut mangroves, where they cut these, where they do other things, where will degrade the ground for let the ground not go able for keep water because it just feel like the one they now where they degrade and forget wood, the other way they degrade and cut here, burn the place for let the land go open flat for let go be green. In the final house, like when they take your skin, they begin the skin off, you left that exposed skin. It cause problem to yourself because now so that particular soil day it dead to the ground because you only exposed to fire, for example, like for that you die quick. God forbid it. So all that thing and this thing because you don't expose that's idea. So the skin now like the grass and the land would they get for protect them. People then get for know the need of how they do anything instead of then they use certain things who people don't go understand and procedure. Then you they see say now what's in the struggle between because of this climate change, the problem and the global warming, then the fight now between the adaptation and the mitigation. Because like Mr. Osman talk about the fund, but there are more funds towards that. But before I go for that, there are mitigation and adaptation and the struggle with the mitigation, the therefore can put law for say this now you will stop this. All right. But would they stop? Would they cause them? Now the minister, now the people that would they live there, they are the one they will not get who could defend them living through that one day. You can foresee you adapt them. For let them go come out there, then go do other things for distract them. Like when they win picking from Bobby, they try for give them a taste of food where they change the idea from me. So this is the stage, one of the adaptation stage, where then they find difficult how they go deal with them. But then get for deal with adaptation. The one then where they cause that then get for adapt. The one way they adapt with rule, you want the big man, they adapt to you and the rule. Like they go do this, they sack you and pull you. Then the man where now the civilian where they come burn the place. Do all that, they adapt them. Or the one way one buy land, they will not to somebody way to inflation. You adapt them by distracting him again, by saying now, when they look at land, now we don't get this stuff and these other things so that they see that they can't build houses and other things. You go say, okay, if the one they wouldn't demand land, let we see how we'll make it affordable and go get land yonder. So we don't put that one group there. The one they now they hustle, we identify and see the one that they hustle. Then for the sake of hustle, they cut them in there for make call and other thing. We find a way back to adapt to them. Either we give them business money, we're not gonna say it go easy, but just find a way to adapt them way business peace and go make it become resourceful for them. And they will distract them from that point of destroying that land day. So these are the pattern they wouldn't get for do. Then you mitigate them now by saying you try now for stop this, for try build barriers, for let people not come inside that fence they for come quarter, then they know the green line, and then they adapt and they increase the water supply because I don't get now the dam safe, so that they don't improve. I don't save and then we open again, so that the people then will get the amount of water when one of your resolution when I'm making say that particular interministerial thing towards the for say the population who not get if for part the water for try go beyond the 60% or what they talk about say now I don't reach, so that the people then will able to get clean water accessible. Like instead the president they say and I don't call them anti-siphon or something where they give pressure. It gets a time where they can say this is not all the quality of the water that they can give, but it only they can the face where they give when that MCC money where they give when that tip where they go to the actual MCC, but the one where they give before for just for set adaptation. So they go put an anomaly where work and Aberdeen. So but in the financing now then they try for delay now because of that you don't know if not funds then they wait for, so they go expand that same thing they while then they wait for the water. The first go the water pipes go good, then the meter system anyone for put now they put down for meet up people and pockets. So then go get for find the mitigation way and they find the adaptation where they go able draw line, and then they go able for reach their goal. Because when you talk of the deforestation now, they go see say the people and recently will see even the guards them when the mayor say then they cut and they talk and they cut the mangroves, and this back it they pull back the fish them we own life, because at the end they go for go burn and keep, because at the web nets when they expand and they go. So you find out the ministerial meeting here where they get that things all man the input, but nothing for inputter. You get for final waiting that the source way they go implement them. You get the land tenure system. You get for bring them very hard. They try to structure up. So the reform when I said the reform, I will try make a man act, but I don't know if the act don't come out from a bill to the act. So these are the strategies. If you're not there in place, you will find out see the progress of this tier. It will go on and on and on. The mayor been there plan back try for go bill, but the vice president say, well, no, you will delay your own project. Then we project for TAF begin. When are the staff now? Because they're not being get donor funds for your own project, and the staff can't do the houses and this. So all this, you know, this is interministerial, it come up from one state. It don't begin start from side development, and then the lack of cooperation from that sector, it affects now the one then when are the one who don't see interministerial back for look into this issue, because the points then would then put with the pathway where they first make with development for begin to move people out certain place there, they develop and gradually distract them, then they will begin to push pressure and go say, hey, who's a lot get here? Would they say fine, hospital day, water day, not go live day, will distract yourself from day. So it bring we now come to this area of this adaptation fund where they get a COP26, where they don't put aside. They put them aside mainly for all countries and developing countries. Now a special fund, they fund where they don't put aside. And this fund, they put on the thing over 413 million from Dojo pledges from this particular year, say, now then they put, but we not therefore write something where they show say, now communication, where they show what they do and what plan for do. But inside of one day back, there is a room where write a project of adaptation. So that comes in out the trick. So the money what I could down there you talk about, there is still more funds from that COP. If the time when they come, then Boku Council, then now we they see Boku energy back they come out from the force where they come out with Naya, how they can then Boku one. So it will reflect on them the impact of that climate change. So that when they get profit from there, we develop we environment, and at the same time we develop human capital. What are they? Hygiene go there. People and will live fine, people and will become clean and healthy, like I comment about the personal hygiene of people. So all those things that I born now, what you write and what you convince the people and for learning will do. Now for that, they see people and when ministerial people and lack a lot really where they will able to try for see. So then we'll begin to make without whether they call them professor, which now the common sense, no, they match with the professor and get or now distraction. No. They therefore do a kind of a real investigation of why these people are not performing. They know they attend a parliament on time. They know they come regularly. So decisions then they default. Because if you don't come to parliament, I go sit down interministerial. Let them try diagnose all these problems before we get the next timeline of the government for start another new era. So that we will see the faults and so then we'll tackle them inside the parliament. So that then we're able to deal with them. So that what you they can as a minister, you know, so that the law they are put and no. So that in therefore try and enforce all these things so that we will avoid loss and damage. So that the security and disaster risk management, they therefore try wake up and help the country. Thank you a lot. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfriend.
Very welcome, yes, sir.
I want to say thanks to Usfriend and also thank you to Usman Toli for their contribution today. I open the phone line now. If you get anything for ad, now you turn this. If not, then we go end everything now. Then come back tomorrow. 232-78990-991 on our WhatsApp. 232-78990-991 on our WhatsApp. Or you can call United States or United Kingdom. United States now 1-646-610-3107. Or United Kingdom now 44-739-803-0402. Phone line open now. Mr. Sila they ask, he say, this is a young question. Oh. He say why the president they do all this waka waka for make sure the things then solve. He say for say the person we put in charge not capable for do the job or the person not competent. Well, a question they ask. Look how this caller. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and also the call from, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you. This is Boy Jolo Jumbo. We are calling from Norway.
Yes, sir. You get 3 minutes, sir. What's in your contribution?
I don't listen to everything. I listen to the president. I listen to the other contributors. The answer to that problem, they not all with you now. They say so. Sierra Leone needs to go back to the drawing board and let we get institutions and systems. 1978-79, I did my dissertation on land use in the Western area as a geography student. I know exactly the problems here, but we don't over politicize with society. Now I make things not a work. Not to the duty of a president for go up and then kind of day. We should have systems and institutions where you get technical experts where they come with policies, they make sure say them policies then they're implemented. Secondly, Sierra Leone for begin look at effective and efficient rural development. Freetown is not the only settlement in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is 73,000 square kilometers. Why is it that all the people in Fogo sit down at the towns and the cities? Now, because we know they develop the rural areas. Spread out the population, then you get less problem with deforestation. I will stop there, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, I'll come with this other caller. Let's call ID live on air. Your name and also the call from, please.
Hello.
Yes, I did live on air, sir. 3 minutes, sir.
Well, your uh, contribution tonight is for we the diaspora. Then, first of all, I want to let people they know say who the diaspora oversee where one buy land like our country. The land not the free to again. Land not the free to. If we get land self na strategic area when Godrej was decided it. uh, you go spend a lot of money. Now from there, 8,000 to 10,000 up to $12,000 now that they have for piece of land on the side of it, just for a one-time lot. So me they suggest if anybody will want buy land, go to your village. I mean that you turn where you come out the district headquarters. Kono, Nakweduton, Kenema, Bo, McKinney, all that. The people that begin to develop here first. Buy your land and if na why it accept you, well, you know, see, you don't get one problem, you have to go. You dey get peace of mind. Freedom, because land no dey again now, they don't sell all. All the Numa Valley where they talk to, not to ordinary people that they build it, as you know. Now, people that were connected, where get money where they, from the government or rather as the president talker. And then they give them the paper. As you say, no more, we will get paper and line something and they not even sign me up. It don't pass how many years from when they pull out that guy, that new guy come take today, that thing is down there. What can call me lawyer? They ask you, they say, oh, the minister not sign any paper they put on hold. I said, how long will it take? You see? So, for MSI, I decide, one of my friends called me saying, need land. I said, Padima, if you want, go buy now, you turn, which you come out. You know, countryman, go now, you turn, buy land first. Buy how many acre we want. You have to call because land na invest. One thing the people that know say landlord will waste. Even if you buy am today, how many thousand? $1,000, 2,000 that you talk. Give that land in the next 5 years. That land the price of go. Look on outside me come on. I buy land there, I mean what was that? 2007. 2007, I buy the land at $300. So that same area in Akwakima area where I buy the land. Well, recently, when they go to tell me, they say under that side enough for their land, if you not get 20 million. So I say, for real? They say, yes. Where did they tell me? I say, wow. And this place, now they say, one buy inside Akwakima area. Now, I mean, $200, $300. So you don't see, that's what I say. I make a see me another came and say, look, I tell you that, say, look, go now you, go now you district. Go buy land there. If that's the code, the Agba you know go fetch with nobody, you know the because nobody know once you don't the chief don't approve you, you get him assign the waiting self, you don't. Now you don't get your answer there. Nobody even if you not been like 3, 4 years, they know they can't take care and they do not say yes to you. Oh man want to buy land at free because first of all, land no they get. Watalo when Watalo self, land no they now. If you get luckily you meet land, the price go high, and then probably they go BM, or people that they go now. And so that they go before they realize that my 91 or my all go join now. Because na so, which is good. You see, but for other one say that peninsula, that this, you know, the work. You know, land of the crook, the boku, the crook. Look there, the one and now we don't buy land like that Black Jones area. What's in the faith now? Waiting at the faith. Because I end na government, the government official they not the head. Because they not say they not go get land Aberdeen, they not go get land Longley, they not go get land then side of it. Because you know they get. So now then side of it now where the land they dey. Now they the government official the one where new power come, now they send back with the go fetch for the get land for build their own house. So it's very hard. So with the diaspora, we get you small money, one buy that. Buy first now you turn where you come out.
So the one that will
Believe
not
me.
come out up line now.
I mean, it can still go back. It's like for meet friend. Meet them make most people that most clothes and ourselves don't marry country woman. My friend we married because he was Mongolia where they was Australia. They just landed there through the woman. Most of them don't marry Kono woman and they woman team. So they're not going to say, oh, because the man are Kono, you know, go. No, because you wife now they come up. They're not going to deny that.
So the one we not come out today.
Well, it can still go through party.
Okay.
It can still go through party or friend or chief there. You see, now then we try go buy because the way buy today, believe me, and inside 2 years, 3 years, that land where you go buy now up now poverty. You buy, let's say if you buy now $1,000. Gear inside 2, 3 years, you will see you know go meet at that price they get because land price they go because now land no they get a free talk. You know they get. You know they. And I know they get for.
Thank you very much, Patrick.
Mm.
Well, Patrick say follow going on at the provinces. Freetown don't follow up. I for betray say I get land for sale. When you see for more the president to talk. That me uncle loading our lands. Call just the kitchen. Call just the kitchen that me uncle in. I care people and forget. And but for more the president see the post we sign. And yes, I live on your name and where you come from.
This is Mr. Sila. Thank you very much. What you know, me get for immune contribution? Because I asked the question just now, why make the president when they work at the side, the defendant fault here, where they go on, where the ministers there, the neighbor do? Is it because because they falsified and document them for going a certain position where they're not able to get credentials for, they're not able know what in the do they can cause this, or they just don't have a job. Because if you get the president, the worker, they go look for the forestation, we'll get minister of lands, we get the president, the worker, now other country there for go do certain things, and we will all the blame and say the worker too boku. I think one of the reasons is we make this fake business don't boku in the country because people they don't know their job, and they are not believe say the president even trust them for them to go outside and go put salon in business on the line. Or I believe say maybe the president we don't know but then fake business then. So and let them go tomorrow and say, well, this person the document that we can make now, so right, because everything is fake. Why make and the president no go put pressure for the people? I'm sure he know them. He know them. He give a mandate to tell them, say, look, if we are not doing a job, he fire them. Come on, let them find new people in. People in the way their college, we study, you understand, we know volunteer. People in the Oku, almost we don't answer, we don't discuss volunteer, certain things the way with the minister they say what did they for no. But now we discuss and answer, yet still in line. So now the only question I get, why make the Shigom, the president they go and waka then fend them fault here, we didn't get the paper, then get them degrees there, on them fault here. Now that question I get. Simply, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Silla.
Thank
Yeah. We'll call to last caller. We can't leave here. We'll call to last caller. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and side call from, please.
Yeah, this now Big Mike from Philly.
Yes, Big Mike. 3 minutes, sir.
I want to ask a question. Foreigner they still get right for buy land as alone?
One for believe so. But I stand to be corrected, though.
Because places then in a Toke area where foreigner they own their land in there. Yeah. Wait, we said I don't know how they sell their land there to the people there. But the land business inside the land's ministry, they said then they give too much fake paper they under back. Now the other problem back. Yeah. The fake paper they too boku under. And the people that were in that place, now they say they corrupt the whole system. Now they say they thief the people and their money there. They don't do me under one year, Because I end up for do me paperwork all over again. A bunch of thief man in that place there. Yeah. But I pray where administration change or where government change, then go put better people there under, man. Salon, I don't know what's the problem with Freetown. Where we say forget land there and say no easy. If they pay for the land, maybe 4, 5, 10. 1 grand land. We don't buy it now. Somebody else they come and say, let me get the land from 1980 something. How did it happen? How the Ministry of Lands not know that day? How they know they see that one day? Then they sign all the document there. Let God help we, man. The headache they get all the buy land there, not easy, man. And I'm your contribution on you, bro.
Thank you very much, Mike.
All right.
Mike, now last caller for today. Well, action, says the president. So, we just hoping here now the wait and see the action will be taken. The president say, if you did a road, you go. If you did a road, you go. So, we're waiting. Just hope say not to election stunt. We wait. We'll go there back tomorrow. Till we meet again tomorrow. I saw Triple go say, Tata.